Hi, I'm Bill Woodard. Welcome to the May edition of the Smith County Chamber Corner. Okay, we're glad to be here at the Carthage Junction Depot, and we've got a new chamber member here, and the reason he's new is because he just took over a business. So how about you guys introduce yourselves and tell everybody who you are and who you're with, okay?
Sure.
Start right there.
I'm Josh Davenport. I'm the one of the co-owners of Red's Pest Control, and this is Jimmy TRAINHAM.
Yes, I'm the owner of Tennessee Pest Control Service, and I've just sold it to Red's Pest Control. And I've had that company for 38 years, long time to work in one place. And then on the side, I had, well, not on the side, that was actually on the side. I was a postmaster with the Postal Service, retired with 33 and a half years. And while having that company at the same time.
And you've been doing pest control in the county for a long time.
A long time, yeah. I've done your house.
Oh, yeah.
I've done about it seems like I've done about everybody's house over time. I can remember when Al Gore was vice president, and we had a contract with the Secret Service. I'd go up there every month and spray the Secret Service place, and I've got a check or two at home I took a picture of from the Secret Service.
Yeah, now that is unusual,
yeah,
especially for around here. Well, now, Josh,
yeah.
you guys, how are you handling it? How do people contact you to get service?
Well, we're on Facebook. It's big in Carthage. We're on the HIP Carthage page. We're also online at callreds.com. And you can also call us directly at 615-450-8489.
Okay, and you guys are basically, when it comes right down to it, you just come to the home. Now, do you do estimates at the home first, or do they need to come get online, or how do you do that? Say, I'm a person and I don't have any pest control service and I want to get you. How does that process work?
Yeah, it's really simple to sign up. If you're tech savvy and you don't like talking on the phone, you can go to callreds.com, schedule an appointment, put in your information, and get on the schedule that way, just all on your own. Or if you like human interaction, you can give us a call and I'll schedule an appointment to come out to do a free consultation, see what services it is you need, and go from there. Okay, well now,
what exactly can you do? What range of service do you have?
So we do everything. General pest control, which would be like ants, spiders, roaches, that kind of thing. We do that on a quarterly schedule or as needed. We also do all termite work, inspections for real estate letters. We do the termite treatments themselves as well as direct baiting. And we also do mosquito, rodent control, crawl space encapsulations. So anything to do with the home, making it more or less pest friendly, we can do for you.
Okay, when you say crawl space encapsulation, do you go in and put the barriers in and the plastic and the different things on in there?
Exactly. So we'll go into the basement, assess the moisture levels, see where we can fix it. A lot of times you just need the downspout dug away from the home, from the rain gutters, and it's too close, and that's how water gets in there. Basically, we want to try and keep that crawl space clean and dry. So we'll put the vapor barrier down. Sometimes a dehumidifier is needed. We can go over all those options and get people quotes, and the inspection is always free.
Okay. And when it comes to termite control, there's more than one way you can handle that, right? Mm-hmm. How do you do the termite? What's the options?
We like to give customers the option of being in control of what treatment methods we do at their home. We're big fans of direct baiting, which are those little bait stations we place around the home. We can monitor those very easily, and what's great about them is they're actively treating termites year round. So if we show up for an inspection annually, we've been treating termites that entire time. We also do liquid treatments that are needed for active infestations where we trench around the home, pour in our products, and that eliminates it. We also do pre-treatments on new construction projects.
Okay, well now this show, I don't know how many people actually say to Woodbury might pick up and watch the show, but it's on DTC, which by the way, we really appreciate them, supporting us. But how far out will you go from Smith County to do treatments?
So we do Smith County, the surrounding areas, kind of just the service area that Jimmy had already committed to. So
yeah, we did some in Cookville. Sometimes we did in Lebanon and even in Nashville sometimes.
Okay. So,
Up north toward Lafayette. We can't do out of the state of Tennessee, but we'd go to Lafayette and, and Gordonsville in that area.
so you had a pretty
About
wide.
anywhere anybody asks us. And nowadays, the termite inspections, the buyer gets to choose who they want to to do the inspection. And so if they call us, we go wherever it is.
Well, that brings up a good point. So if a person is buying a new home or something like that, then it's probably a good idea to get someone like yourself to come in and look at it. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. It's a real good idea because if they have termites, the seller has to pay for it. So, and if they have termites, they want to get rid of them now because they're one of the single worst destructive things you can have in a house.
Oh, absolutely. And sometimes you don't know they're there until it's too late.
Problem. You don't know they're there.
Yeah. Okay. Josh, anything else we need to, phone number and website? Tell us what that is.
So the website's callreds.com, Reds Pest Control. You can also find us on Google, and then the phone number again is 615-450-8489.
Okay. And Mr. Trainham, it's great to have you here and see you. I know you're passing the torch, and I'm sure you're probably taking retirement in stride.
Yeah, 38 years is long enough. But another thing, if we get any calls, which we're getting some, we pass them right on to Josh. And I've got a number, 735-9041. We've had for 38 years, I guess. And so we're going to try to get him to have that number. But now if you call that, Jane just passes it right on to Josh. And I'm real impressed with both of them. Him and Daniel both. I'm thrilled to death that they got the company. I had several companies to send me a letter, but I didn't want to send it. I didn't want one of the bigger companies to take it because that makes it harder on the customers. I wanted just an average company that does a real good job. You can trust. Trust is the main thing. You can trust that person. And all the years I've been doing it, people just come by and leave a key in the mailbox. And then we'd go then spray, and that's what you have to have.
Yeah, and you've got a good reputation, and it looks like you're passing it on to somebody that's going to keep that going.
When I started this company, I told Jane, if they hear the word bug, I want them to think of me. Well, now I don't want it anymore.
So
I want to think of Josh. Yeah.
Passing it on.
We're very excited to have Jimmy's reputation and everything in the community is gold. I mean, everybody we talk to knows who he is. My business partner Daniel Mitchell and I came into Carthage to just drum up some business. And we kept hearing Jimmy's name. Oh, we use Jimmy. Oh, we use Jimmy. And it turns out it's a small town, and Daniel, through some mutual acquaintances, actually knew the Trainham. So we were able to set up a meeting, and it was great. From the first phone call, we had a great rapport.
Well, I am glad you guys are carrying on the tradition there.
And let me say this, I'm just proud that I was able to turn my customers over to them because I know they're very trustworthy. They do a good job. In fact, I think he does better than I did because he's more technical than I was, carries his computer with him and everything. So he's always right at the spot to treat where he's supposed to treat. Sometimes I might forget and that kind of thing. But I'd like to say something else too. I'd like to thank everybody out here in Middle Tennessee that sent me cards and have prayed, all the churches that's prayed for my recovery, and I want to thank everybody for that.
Well, and thank you, Mr. Jimmy, for coming today, and Josh, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you guys have large success here.
Me too.
And look forward to seeing you again too.
And I really want them to have a large success. And so Jane and I are going to do everything we can to help them,
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you. And
Thank you.
Just come back anytime. And if you want to, if you can't find them guys, call the Chamber of Commerce, 735-2093, and we'll give you information to them. They're also on our website. You can go to the web page, look up businesses, and look under pest control, and these guys will be there. So, folks, we do some business with Josh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have the ladies from the Pregnancy Help Center and from the Stevens Center.
Yes.
And they have some things they want to talk about today. But first, let's introduce everybody. Let's start right here.
My name is VICA Mutual. I'm the home visitor with the Stevens Center.
I'm Tiffany Maynard. I am the Family Resource Specialist with the Stevens Center.
Martha Holliday, Director of the Pregnancy Help Center.
Okay, and you guys have an announcement. I think we'll start with that. You got something special going on.
We do. We are having a community baby shower. So on May 28th from 11 to 1, you can come over to Miss Martha's at the Pregnancy Help Center, and we are going to have prizes. We're going to have lunch, just a way to celebrate new moms and their babies. So if you are an expectant mama or you've had a baby in 2022, we would love for you to come and let us celebrate you and love on you.
Okay, well, where is that?
108 College Avenue,
Okay, and that's just off of Main Street.
just off of Main Street. You can't miss our door.
Is it kind of behind?
It's
Citizens
behind
Bank?
Heartland.
Behind Heartland Realty. I was not far enough up the street.
Yeah, come on up one more. But if
on
you turn at Citizens, you can still get there. You can come
still
back,
get there from
back way.
Okay, now Stevens Center, you guys aren't located there. Where are you located?
303 Upper Ferry Road, right across the bus garage.
Rush Garage. So we got all these landmarks
Yes.
that we can do. Okay, well now, I know you're having the baby shower, but now you guys operate year-round, and I think we'll start with you, and then we'll move to Martha and let her talk about, but what do you guys do year-round?
So we help first-time parents with weekly home visiting. So Vika goes into the home once a week. She does activities with mom and baby and dad, milestone screenings in the baby, depression screenings in mom, because we want to make sure the whole family is healthy. And we also have an incentive program, so they can earn things like diapers, wipes, strollers, pack and plays, anything that mom and baby or even dad might need.
Okay, can you do depression screenings in grandparents?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I might need to come by.
At any time, come on.
Okay, all right, and then tell them what Pregnancy Help Center. Tell them.
Well, I feel so blessed to be able to work with these ladies, and our programs just fall right in together. Our main goal is to educate the parents and to give them parenting programs, and two, they have an incentive program where they can do some classes online, do the homework, call and talk to me about it. There's a lot of ways that they can actually earn the Ameris dollars and then come into our new boutique and do a little shopping.
Okay, and what are the qualifications to be able to come to your?
They have to be pregnant or have a child 2 and under.
Okay. All right, what about you guys? What are your qualifications for someone to come for help?
So, and I meant to say this earlier, all our services are free, as are Miss Martha's. And so for us, moms have to be either pregnant or their baby can be up to 3 months old.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and do you, I've heard home visit, so you do those? Explain what's going on with the home visit.
Yeah, so I usually go into the home once a week, and I spend time with the mama and the baby for maybe an hour. We'll start off just doing a little connection, getting to know each other, and then we'll go into a child and parent activity. We'll make homemade toys so that mom can learn kind of how to use like things that she has at home to make toys, and that's a great bonding opportunity for the baby and the mom. We'll do assessments, and then I also have a curriculum that I teach from.
Okay, so you guys are pretty well covering the entire county from age group of before birth to about 3-4 years old or 2.
Yes, and so for the Stevens Center, we can stay with mom and baby until that child is 5 or goes to school, and then Miss Martha can stay with the baby until they're 2. Right.
Okay, so you guys got it covered, and I am sure you are finding clients here in Smith County. People that need your services, I'm sure.
Yes, we are happily serving families here, but we are always welcoming more, and so is Miss Martha. We would love to have as many moms as are wanting services.
Okay.
Oh, and another thing about that is we can work together. If they're seeing me, they can also see them, so we're not in any kind of competition.
Right,
together.
so you guys share
We
information
share.
and if somebody needs help.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, well, if you're out there and you know someone or you are someone that needs a service like this for small children or pregnancy, where first give your contact
All right,
information
I'm on
first.
108 College Avenue. The number is 615-281-8054. You can also find us on our website, Pregnancy Help Center of Smith County.
And your name.
Martha Holliday.
Okay, and next.
You can find us at 303 Upper Ferry Road, or you can call my cell phone, which is 931-265-3344.
Okay, and tell them who you are again.
I'm Tiffany Maynard, the Family Resource Specialist.
And
I'm VICA Mutual, the home visitor.
your contact is the same, or?
No. My number is 314-604-4177.
Okay. And folks, if you need a service like this, these ladies will be more than happy to help you. And ladies, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you so much.
Oh, listen, I want to thank you for this beautiful facility. This is just really neat. I was here Saturday and came to the art show, got a couple of pieces for the Pregnancy Help Center, and everything was beautiful.
Yeah,
I like to see Smith County growing.
Yeah, and we just finished the parking area here, and in 1 year, good Lord willing, we'll have a kayak access ramp down to the river.
Oh, wow.
All right, girls,
So-
we got to
so
take
this
a kayak trip.
So this is going to be great. We're hoping to do that. And this depot, it's 1879 is about the time it was built, and it was over originally in Gordonsville at the Carthage Junction, but at the confluence of the two railroad tracks there, the one that came here and the one that went around and went from Nashville to Cookeville and Knoxville and beyond. And if you check the history of this building, people like Alvin York, historical figures, Cordell Hull, people like that, they all stepped foot in this building. So it has a lot of historical significance. We weren't able to put it back exactly the way it was, but it is very, very close to the way it was back in the day when the railroad was using it. And there's a railroad track right here beside it, which was the Carthage Junction line. And so we're trying to keep our history alive. And this building is on county property. It was sort of a stepchild for years. The railroad company was going to get rid of it, and Mr. John Wagoner, Sr., he saved it and set it beside the interstate. And then KFC bought the property, and they couldn't use it, so we were able to raise funds, and KFC was good enough to give us time to do that, and actually help donate some funds too.
Wow.
And we were able to move it from there to here, and so now we believe it's got its permanent home, and we feel like it's going to be I agree with you, a beautiful building here for the county. And people like, well, if I start naming names, I'll leave somebody out. But there is a lot of good people here in Smith County that have helped make this building what it is.
I find that to be very true. Everybody has been so kind, helping us get off and running and build up the Pregnancy Help Center, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm like you, Martha. I can't name everybody's name, but I am so glad I live here, and I go around to places and I see some of the finest people in the world. I don't know where else I would want to be. Anyway, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we're still here on the grounds of the Carthage Junction Depot, and we got another new chamber member. And Mickey, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell them maybe a phone number and what company you're with. Okay?
Sure. My name's Mickey Heath. We just purchased Tennessee Kayak and Outdoor Company. It's a kayak and canoe rental outfitter here in Carthage. We have been operating on the Collins and Barron Fork up in McMinnville. We own Smooth Rapids up there. Brad Smith, the local State Farm agent here, had that company for sale, and we looked at it in the fall and thought it'd be a good fit, and so we decided to take it on. So this is actually our first season running on the Caney. So we're excited to be in Carthage and Smith County. We're located 510 Main Street North in the State Farm building. We're on the other half of his building, and we just got our phone number. Let's see if I can remember it. 615-281-9373. Our website's tnkayak.com.
Okay, now you guys are going to do full trips. Well, before we get into that, let's talk about something here. We're standing at Piper's Ford, and you guys can see the mile marker behind me. We've just had the parking lot built, and our plan is to make this a kayak access. Now, right now, kayak access is at the fairgrounds at the boat ramp.
Correct.
And so we're going to make this a kayak access. It'll be about a year from now, and we'll have a ramp going down into the river, and I'm hoping you'll be able to put a lot of people in the river here and pick a lot up here.
It's actually going to be right in the section of the Caney that we're going to focus on, which is starting at Betty's Island. We're going to use that one, Stonewall, then this one would be one. So just depending on how much time people got and how long they want to be on the river. It also depends on what the TVA is doing with the dam up at Center Hill. But you know, half-day floats, full-day trips. It's going to be super exciting because this section of river, when the conditions are right, is for beginners. You can bring your kids, you know, pack a lunch, and we do all the hard work. We do all the transport and loading and moving, and you just paddle down this beautiful river and enjoy your day. So,
well, that brings up what you guys are going to do now. Are you going to what is going to be your hours like? Or are you by schedule, or how do you work that?
Right now, we've got our website open where you can book anything 7 days a week. I'm actually in the process of moving down here for the season. I've rented a camper spot, so I'm going to be down here and be committed to getting this thing off the ground. My team up there in McMinnville is going to run our other location. And, you know, so a lot of that's to be determined. Of course, with me being down here and being 10, 15 minutes away from the shop, I'll come over and open for anybody. We're hungry. We got to get, you know, got to get started.
Got to get going. Yeah.
So, you know, I've hired a Carthage native, and then Brad's manager, Heather's coming back for this season. So we've got some experience down here. And then we've just got the business know-how from our other location because we've been operating up there for 10 years. So hopefully we can put all that together and have a recipe for success down here in Carthage. Okay, well, do you strictly rent kayaks, or do you work with people that already own one? Actually, we'll do both. At our other location, we have our slogan's Eat, Kayak, and Camp. We started renting boats and doing shuttle service, and then enough folks asked you about camping, and so we purchased a campground up there. And then enough folks tell you they're hungry when they get off the river, where's a good place to go eat, and so we started a restaurant up there. And all of that's just phase 2 and phase 3 on down the road. We've got to get our core of our kayak rental business up and going, but certainly, you know, we would be interested in seeing what the appetite for the Carthage and Smith County residents are, but if everything goes like it went up there, you can look for stuff like that coming down the pike. I'd love to have a campground down here. Up there we have tent sites right on the river, RV hookups, a big outdoor stage we do concerts with, and then our restaurant's thriving, and that's 12 months out of the year. You know, right now down here, this is probably going to be a seasonal operation, but one of the first things me and my management team are going to be looking for is something to do similar to what we're doing up there, is find a place to do a campground or a restaurant. Well, I think we'd be open to see something like that happen, and there's property around here, so I'm thinking you'll be able to do what you want to do. The one thing about being seasonal, it starts up and there's really a lot of folks on the river, and I'm noticing there's more of them on the I guess you'd call the upper end of the river. But what you're going to do is you're going to be bringing more down here on this end, I think, and that's something that's going to be helping us, because they'll spill out here into our stores and our restaurants and things that are going on down here. So I'm looking forward to seeing you do that. Sure. Over at Gordonsville at the Stonewall, that's in the city of Gordonsville, and the mayor there is John Potts, and I know Mayor Potts is working on getting some facilities over there to make things a little easier on you, and of course we're working here to do the same thing. And I'm sure bathrooms and picnic tables and things of that nature will be more than welcome. Well, the city and the county government in Warren County, you know, where McMinnville is, was in the same shape when we got started 10 years ago. Their access points needed some some features and amenities that people were looking for. And over the years, we've been involved with the chamber up there and the tourism development board up there, and we've made the suggestion that says, look, if we can get these facilities, bathrooms at the takeouts, or just ramps like you're about to build here, that more people will come. And the thing about the Caney Fork River, and really Carthage and Smith County, is you're so close to the interstate. It's difficult for me to get people to go to McMinnville because you're in the middle of Chattanooga, Knoxville, and Nashville.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're right on the interstate, if we can get folks to come in here and spend their money in this community, that's just sales tax dollars coming in for everybody. And what they did up there was, got our opinion about our input on the access points, and so they put bathrooms into some of the parks. They didn't have them before. They've added some access points, and so everything that you're talking about that's happening here was been done a few years ago, and it's really been successful for them up there. We probably during season down there, which will be May to Labor Day, really Memorial Day to Labor Day, I would say 65 to 80% of our customers are from outside of Warren County. And I would just imagine that number would be even greater because we're right next to the interstate. If we can attract a population or a customer base from the Nashville area, Murfreesboro, even Cookeville, Knoxville, that area, to come in here to Smith County and experience Carthage, not only will they come kayak and canoe with us, but they may, eat at the restaurant down the street,
or stay in the hotel.
Stay at a hotel. And so it really feeds the whole community, and we're excited to try to get something going like that down here.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing what the future holds, and we're planning on the depot being a big part of that. And as soon as we can get Piper's Ford open, I had a meeting with some officials today, and our Mayor Jeff Mason, he is on board with this, and so we're looking forward to seeing this develop. Mickey, is there anything we missed? You might want to go over your phone numbers and your contact information again, just for the taping.
Absolutely. Most of the information, the frequently asked questions, are on our website, tnkayak.com. There's pictures of the trips, descriptions, what to bring, so that people show up and they're prepared, because this is a water sport and you need to have a few things with you before you go. But you can always call our phone number, 615-281-9373. You can call or text me outside of business hours. It comes to my cell phone, and I'm an early riser. I get up at 4:35 in the morning, and so I respond to calls and text at all times. And really, people just have general questions so that when they get here, they're prepared and they have a great time on the river.
Okay, and if you're saying, I don't want to rent a kayak, I've already got one, they do a shuttle service, and they'll take you to your drop-off point and then pick you up at your landing point. And that is a wonderful thing, a wonderful service.
If you don't have the vehicle for it, we do. We can move pretty much anything. I can relocate cars with trailers if they have bigger boats, or any kayak or canoe we can move.
And some of your equipment's sitting right back here behind us, and so you got it covered.
We do. We got it covered, and we're just super excited to get started this season. And we hope that we can partner with the Chamber and the citizens of Carthage and Smith County and develop a good reputation for a business that'll be here for a long time.
Yeah. Well, Mickey, thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you joining the Chamber, and we look forward to the future.
Thank you very much.
All right, it's always a beautiful day in Smith County, folks. I'll tell you, isn't it beautiful out here?
It is beautiful out here.
Yeah, and as I've said many times, we're at the Carthage Junction Depot, and we have the privilege of Miss Judy Mofield. And Judy, you are with the Pavilion, is that right?
That is right.
Tell us about that.
The Pavilion Senior Living here in Carthage, we opened in 2015, September 1, 2015. We are an assisted living and memory care. We've been blessed. Our community has welcomed us with open arms. We've filled up multiple times. We do have openings from time to time, but we've just been really blessed with the services that we've been able to offer and the community we've been able to serve. I've been blessed. I've been able to serve a lot of people that I grew up with that were, mentors to me growing up, and it's just been a blessing to come back to Smith County and be able to work in our county.
Well, and you didn't just step into this. You were actually working in assisted living in Wilson County when they opened this up, and you came up here to be the manager, right?
I was working in long-term care and rehab. I was doing this. I was the social service directors and admission coordinator for our rehab building. And then I joked and told our owner, I said, one of these days I'm going to have my own building. Well, he took me serious, and so I got the opportunity to come back to my hometown, and it's been a blessing all in all.
Now, we'll get back on subject here, but I'd also like to mention Miss Judy is also the president of the Smith County Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
We appreciate your service for that.
Thank you. I'm still learning the ropes on that one.
Yeah, well, it's a good job, and it helps the community a lot. A lot of good things going on in the community. Back to the pavilion, though, how many beds and what kind of facility do you have?
We have 45 beds, and we have 17 of those units are on our memory care, which on our memory care unit, we serve Alzheimer's dementia residents that need more care. And then on our assisted living side, it's more of our residents who, some of them still drive, they can come and go as they please, but yet still need just that little bit of extra care. Maybe they need some help dressing or bathing, or they need help taking their medications and things like that. So that's more so what our assisted living side is for.
Okay, and you guys are located there, I think everybody knows, but tell them anyway. 130
Lebanon Highway, Carthage. Our phone number is 615-588-1040. Now that the pandemic is slowed down some, you can come in the building. We had all the restrictions to begin with, but we do ask that you wear a mask when you come in the building right now. But the visits are back on, family members are back in, and we're getting a little bit more back to normal.
Okay. At one time, you were allowing people to come in if they wanted to use your meeting room. Is that still restricted because of COVID?
It is still restricted right now. We're allowing family members to visit with their families, but we're just keeping it strictly to our family members.
Okay. All right. And I'm not sure, you said you have openings from time to time. A person would need to check and
yes,
see.
They can call myself at the 615-588-1040 and just ask for Judy Mofield, or they can speak with Desiree Hollabrands, which is my administrative assistant, or Bambi Smith, which is my clinical director. Basically, anybody will help you if you call. All of our nurses on the weekend, and then they'll give you a tour and pass the information on to us so that we can get you in and give you the details.
Okay, and you are private pay, so that means that a person would need to see. You can do a combination of Social Security, whatever,
yes,
and be able to stay there.
We are private pay services right now. We've looked into the Medicaid system, but we're just not at that point yet.
Yeah, okay. And this is a loaded question, so I apologize if I ask it and you don't know the answer, but are there any plans for expansion?
There are plans for expansion in the future, right, and of course there always was from the beginning of when we opened. As with everything, the pandemic threw everybody kind of behind. Our next project looks like independent living. We might have 2 to 3 units behind us of independent living that will expand into our building, meaning that they can come get their meals and everything from our main dining room, but still be independent and have their own apartment. So we're looking, hopefully within the next couple of years, we'll have those up and running.
Yeah, and maybe I shouldn't know this, but I know you own property all the way to the river.
We do. We also own Just Box It, which is the climate-controlled storage. And from what I understand from those ladies that take care of that stays pretty full as well, but you can always call them in Lebanon and find out if you need a storage building or not. I personally have storage down there myself, and I can tell you don't have to worry about anything ruining or anything because it's climate controlled.
Yeah, and that is the only one that I'm aware of in the county that's climate controlled. I might be wrong about that. But
yeah, I'm not really sure on that, but I do know it is a nice facility for when you have got to store things or you're moving, and also we have it as a convenience to our residents if they have things that they need to store.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming by. And like I said, it's a beautiful day in Smith County today, that's for sure.
It is a beautiful day. Thank you, Mr. Bill.
We are inside, as we've said several times, the Carthage Junction Depot. We've been all around it here, and we had 2 other guests come up. Ladies, if you would introduce yourselves and tell them who you're with.
I am Tammy London. I am the Executive Director at the Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition. And I'm Mary Leslie Wakefield, and I'm the prevention coordinator at Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition.
Now, I'm sure you ladies have something coming by today, but there's one thing I want to do. Colby told me not to do this, and I'm doing it right in the middle of the interview. We're at the depot, and if you want to buy a whistle, you can come by here and buy one. Anyway, getting back to the interview, what did you guys come by for? You got something going on?
Yes, we just wanted to let everyone know that, you know, May is International Mental Health Awareness Month. And so on May 27th, we are going to have another Prevention Rocks movie night. And we're going to have like a mental health awareness theme to our movie night. So we're going to be showing the movie Emoji Movie, and it talks a lot about our emotions and how we can, you know, kids use emojis quite a bit to talk about their emotions. So that's the movie kind of talks about that and how you can in a healthy way, talk about how you feel and, you know, what's going on in your mind. But our theme for it is Every Mind Matters. And so this is going to be on May 27th, and it is at 7 o'clock. And the movie is going to start at 8 o'clock, but we're partnering with the Emmanuel House. And the Emmanuel House is going to be there. There's going to be quite a few mental health providers that are going to be there. They're going to have booths up and have information that they will provide to everybody. We're going to have some food trucks that are going to come out. So we just want to invite everybody to come out and to be a part and to you know, pick up some information while you're there and watch a movie and celebrate with us.
Well, that sounds like a real party.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
And just to repeat, I know you just said it, but the time and the place and all that.
Yes, it's May 27th at the Historic Courthouse on the lawn.
And starting at what time?
It starts at 7 o'clock, but the movie starts at 8.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
And because of the light, you want to be dark enough for
Yes, but we will have different speakers that will be there starting at 7 o'clock, and then we'll have different vendors that will be set up that they can visit their tables.
Okay, should they bring a chair?
Yes, bring a chair with you or a blanket or a towel or whatever you're comfortable with. We will not have any seating that's provided, so be sure to bring your own chair with you.
Yeah, and there are a few seats, but
not very many. Yeah, not enough for everybody. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting, and I'm glad you're doing that because they're always fun and getting people in town. Well, Mary, what about you? You got anything special going on?
Well, I would just like to add that the city of Carthage is closing the street in front of the courthouse, so it will be safe for your kids. So there won't be any traffic coming through. And last year we had about over 200 people come, and it was a great event. We had wonderful weather. It was just so nice to sit under the courthouse steps or on the lawn and watch the movie. We had a great projector and screen. So we sell drinks for $1, but the popcorn is free. And of course, like she said earlier, we'll have a vendor there that's going to be doing, I think, hamburgers or barbecue or something like that. So, or maybe snow cones. But anyway, just come out. You might get some information. Maybe you're struggling with your mental health. Maybe you have some issues, and there'll be people there that, and these are local people in our community, and they'll be glad to help you.
You know, that is an issue that a lot of people try to, especially in a rural area, they try to ignore because of, pride or a lot of other reasons that they wouldn't want to do it. But your mental health is just as crucial as your physical health, and I don't think a lot of people pick up on that. Mary, you being a healthcare provider for many years, you probably saw some of that.
Yes, and another issue we do not have a lot of mental health resources. It's really hard sometimes to find mental health, especially if you're uninsured. So these vendors that we'll have at our event, I'm sure they can help you or steer you. Maybe you don't have insurance or you don't think you have the money to pay for counseling. There's always ways that they can help you. So don't let that hold you back. We'll try to help you in any way we can.
Well, and one thing that I find true in my life, we are built to be around other people. And if you can come to an event like this and just be around some folks and seeing somebody smile and having a good time, it helps your outlook, or it does mine.
Oh, me too, absolutely.
And I think that's wonderful. So I appreciate you guys doing this. Glad you're around. Now, you have other services that you offer and other things that you do. You want to run through those kind of quickly?
Suzanne Angel and Justin Cantrell are our ropes. They're our regional overdose prevention specialists, and they do our Narcan training. So if you are taking opioids or you have a loved one on opioids, and they don't have to be illicit drugs, they can be prescribed from your doctor. If you want to get that training, it's a really short training. After you take the training, if you can't afford the medicine, Suzanne can give you 2 doses of the Narcan or naloxone, and she does a great training, her and Justin. So again, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help you.
Okay, and guys, your number, contact, give that before we go off.
Okay, I'm going to let Tammy do that because I always mess it up. So
Okay. Our telephone number is area code 615-588-1622. You can reach us through our website at www.smithcodrugprevention.org. You can reach out to me. My email address is Tammy with a Y, TAMMY, at smithcodrugprevention.org. But just get a hold of us. We're on Facebook. You can find us there. We answer our messages, so just reach out to us. We're here for the community. Also, one other thing that we do provide through our coalition is recovery support services. So if you are someone you need to seek a treatment center, or you have a loved one that needs to be in a treatment facility, we have a gentleman, his name's Chris Hodges. He is a hybrid lifeliner for this region, and he would be happy to help you find a treatment facility for you or your loved one.
Okay, and you got a couple of other sharp people that work down there too. Give a kudo for them.
Yeah, well, we work with some really good people. We have Kayla Franklin. She is a prevention coordinator. And also Donovan Rice. He's our youth prevention coordinator. And they're back at the office working hard right now. So we're here having fun.
And you guys work a lot at the schools and through programs like that?
Yes, we actually
also homeschool.
Yes, we actually met with the health department for the region yesterday, and we're being certified to teach life skills in the schools. So that's coming up this fall. So we're excited about that. But yeah, we stay pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes, the meeting, you have them at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, our meetings are every third Thursday of the month at the Chamber of Commerce at 12 o'clock.
And so if you want to learn anything about the Drug Prevention Coalition or be involved in getting on the board or just to be a volunteer, all you got to do is contact these ladies or just show up at one of the meetings that we have at the Chamber. So ladies, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is an honor and a privilege to be in the presence of UT Extension.
Thank you, Bill. Glad to be here.
We caught Chris coming in. You've been out working, right?
I have been. We've been out. We're doing a broom sedge study. We're studying why we've got so much broom sedge and what we can do about it. It's one of those weeds we get a lot of questions about. So.
It has a lot to do with the acidity of the soil.
It does. It does. So it likes
You
that.
didn't know I knew that.
I didn't know you knew much of anything about farming. So I'm kidding. But it likes acidic soil, likes poor fertility, and so we've got some plots that we're doing actually in Trousdale County at a couple different farms where we're fertilizing in different ways. So we're liming some, we're fertilizing some, we're trying different rates to kind of see if we can make any improvements, because we know that there's really nothing we can spray on it to get rid of it without killing our desirable grass. So maybe it's something we can manage with fertility. So we're out there trying to do some real work research in the farm situation.
Yeah,
real life solutions.
Real
as we
life
talk
solutions.
About. Yeah.
Well, when I was a child, and a lot of people out there, if they're watching, will remember this. But when I was a child, that was the one fun thing that I used to get to do on the farm. They'd send me out with a torch and we'd burn the sage.
Yeah.
And I remember doing that when I was a kid, and you didn't have to worry about it. There wasn't that many houses around. And by that time, the woods were green and everything. And boy, that sage would just, flames would be, well, to me, it was giant.
Yeah, it didn't take long, did it?
No, it didn't take long. It run through it. Were we helping, or we were just getting rid of the sedge?
You know, I think you get rid of it temporarily, but I don't know that that's a long-term solution. I think even those fields that we see burning off, it kind of comes back. Because usually there's a seed bank there, and if we don't have enough desirable grass to compete with it, it's just going to be a continual problem.
So what you want the clover and the fescue and the other desirables to choke it out.
You got it, exactly. Yeah. Well, and what we're seeing now, unfortunately, with fertilizer prices, our farmers can't afford in many situations to fertilize those desirable grasses the way they need to, so we see our stands get thin, our pastures get thin, our hay fields get thin, and that's where the broom sedge thrives, and other weeds too.
Well, I was listening to the radio, or I can't remember, watching TV. It was a farmer, and he was talking about out west, and he was talking about his fertilizer prices had went from like it was like $3,000 to $16,000.
Sure, yeah.
Here in the last 2 years. And so, is there a solution for that, or you know, what can a person do?
You know, we just hope for better days. We hope the price eventually goes down. I think it starts with soil testing. So it starts with knowing what nutrients, what nutrients are there, and then we look at, okay, what nutrients do we need to apply? Lime, thankfully in our area, we're blessed. I don't know if folks realize that in Smith County that we've got a good source of lime. Close by that's fairly economical. It hasn't gone up in price like our fertilizer has, so that's really where it starts to get that pH where it needs to be, because when the pH is where it needs to be, then it makes those other nutrients that you apply, that fertilizer you apply, much more effective.
Right. Well, and like you say, we're blessed to have a source of that here locally.
Yeah.
Well, I just wondered if there was a solution. Is there a crop you can plant? I know and when I was a child, they used to talk about planting clover in certain rotation years to be able to put nitrogen in. Does that help?
For sure, absolutely. And that's one of the things we recommend for our livestock producers is to have a certain amount of clover in their pastures, because they can actually minimize or lower their nitrogen needs 40 to 50 pounds of nitrogen per acre, depending on their stand of clover, and that's nitrogen you don't have to buy. It's free. It's out there in that clover.
Coming out
it's
of
getting
there.
that fixation. Yeah, it's pulling it from the atmosphere and making it available for plants.
Well, that's a wonderful thought.
Sure.
My dad, when I was, he sowed some in the yard, and it stayed, you know, all these years, and I guess it's helping because the grass stays green.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I kind of got you segued
You did,
off
but that's
into
okay. You always do.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah. Well, what did you come to talk about?
Well, a few events coming up actually in June. I know this is the May edition of the Chamber Corner, but we've got some stuff coming up in May, but more in June. It's going to be super busy, and I want folks to be aware of some of the things we've got going on. One event I'm really excited about, Bill, is the Women in Ag Summit. So 2 or 3 years ago, I got to looking at our ag census. They do an ag census every few years. And what I found is about a third of our farmers, our primary operators, are female. So we've got a lot of female producers, a lot of female farmers, and that may be one of them calling you right now. I don't know. No, that's one of your female producers right there calling. But these females they're decision makers on the farm. A lot of them are the only decision maker. They certainly have influence on the farm, and we want to have an event to celebrate them and celebrate the impact that they have in agriculture, but also motivate our females who are involved in agriculture to continue to be advocates for farming and for agriculture, to continue to sharpen their skills as far as marketing. We're going to talk about farm liability. So this Women in Ag Summit, we did one last year here in Smith County. This year we're going to take it on the road. We're going to go to Acres of Grace Farms in Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee. Nick and April Patterson have got a really neat agritourism operation. They've got beef cattle, they've got fruits and vegetables up there that we're going to tour. We're going to tour a couple different farms and have speakers. I think it'll be really neat for our ladies, and information about that's on our website, or you can call the extension office to get more details as far as how to get there and all that. But that's going to be June the 3rd. I think it's going to be a really neat event.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be something really informative, and people would get a lot out of it. What about, I know there's other things, like the fair's coming up in July. It's a little early to talk about that, but you guys are going to have a lot going on during that.
Well,
anything you want to announce in advance?
For sure. So right now we're planting the gardens, right? I mean, people are getting their gardens planted, so I hope they're doing that and thinking about, hey, maybe we'll have some stuff ready for the fair. So
have the
I know,
prize-winning pumpkin,
maybe you know, at least some tomatoes and squash should be ready that time of year. Blackberries are usually ready that time of year. So I hope folks will for sure enter stuff in the fair. A couple other things I'll mention on the 4-H side, since Katie's not with us today, the livestock clinic. We've got a 4-H livestock clinic for kids who are interested in livestock. Even if they don't have any animals on their farm or where they live, if they live in the city and they just want to learn about animals, June the 6th at the Smith County Ag Center will be our 4-H livestock clinic. They can come out. We'll have sheep, goats, cattle, and they can learn about how to take care of those animals, learn about showing those animals if they're interested in that. It's a fun event. Katie's been doing that. I think this will be the 4th year where she's done that. And it's a fun event for our livestock kids, or again, those kids that maybe don't have animals but would just like to be around some animals and learn more about animals. And then the next week, June the 13th, is 4-H camp week. And we've still got some spots available for 4-H camp. So if you've got a 4th grader, 5th grader, or 6th grader that would like to go to camp, we've got some spots available. We can still get them in. They need to call the extension office and get signed up.
Okay, well, what is camp exactly? Can you go into, like, is it a week? Or
Sure. Yeah, it's June the 13th through the 17th at the Clyde York 4-H Center in Crossville. So we leave Monday morning, we get back Friday mid-morning. So it's 4 nights at Crossville. And we keep them busy. They go swimming, they can go to the rifle range, shoot archery, they can do woodworking, crafts, tie-dye t-shirts. There's all kinds of sports that they can play and get the camping experience. Of course, we have a campfire. We roast marshmallows and make s'mores and all that good stuff, tell camp stories. They stay in cabins. We do take adult and teen volunteers to make sure the kids are well supervised and taken care of. So that's our primary thing about at camp. We want to keep the kids safe. We want to have fun with the kids, and we want them to learn something. If nothing else, they learn how to take care of themselves and some responsibility without necessarily mom and dad looking over their shoulder.
Okay, do they need to be an active member of 4-H, or can anyone in the school system go?
Any 4th, 5th, and 6th grader, if they've not been active in 4-H, we can enroll them in 4-H and get them in camp. We sure can.
All right, that's a wonderful program.
Yeah.
I know they had that actually when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah,
back in the ancient days.
And our kids haven't got to go and have the full week-long camping experience in the last 3 years. So it's been 3 years since we had the week-long camp. Last year, Katie did some day camps, but with the way things were, we still didn't do the overnight camping. And so I'm excited to get back to camping, and I know our kids are excited too.
Well, you guys do a great job. You got great folks over there, you included. So
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
What you guys
do. Thank you. And if we can be of help to anybody, just call us at the extension office, 615-735-2900.
Okay. And in this interview, I sneezed, my phone went off. I don't know what else I can do to try to distract you. So, all right, Chris, thanks.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay, we hope you enjoyed the show today. We want to go over a few things. We'd like to thank all those that participated in the National Day of Prayer. We had that on May the 5th at the historic courthouse, and we appreciate everybody that took part in that. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, here we are. May 14th, Saturday, May 14th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're doing the Tennessee Maneuvers Remembered at the historic downtown courthouse grounds in Carthage, Tennessee. This is being sponsored by Bonnell and Near Star, and it's living history, military vintage vehicles, 1940s entertainment, artifacts, displays, authors, and vending area is going to be featuring some handmade items. And it's on Facebook and Instagram if you want to follow that. And if it's later on in the month, you can look back on it. But there was a big, large contingent of Army soldiers through the entire area prior to World War II when we got involved in Europe. And the Tennessee Maneuvers was a big thing that happened here. Also on May 14th, the Let It Flow art show, the exhibit celebrating the lakes, rivers, and streams. And it's here at the Carthage Junction Depot from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we've been having some really good art shows here. And if you haven't stopped by and saw the depot, it would be a good thing for you to do. Mr. Keith Williams and Virginia Alexander and several other folks, Jenny Pinuel, they are the ones that's putting this on, and they do a wonderful job. And we mentioned already the Old Baby Community Baby Shower on May the 28th. From 11 to 1 at the Smith County Pregnancy Health Center. So remember that. At Ebel's, they've got live music every Friday and Saturday night in downtown Carthage starting at 5. p.m. and going to 9 p.m. They've also got live music at Wildwood Marina and Resort Friday and Saturday starting at 6 p.m. and they're bringing back the Sunday brunch this month. So you can enjoy brunch on the outdoor patio, on the water, or in their restaurant from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's also a lot of events in neighboring Granville, live music at the old Sutton General Store every week, and of course Heritage Day is May the 28th. There's a car show, vendors, and a lot of fun that takes place on that. So there's a lot of things happening in and around Smith County, and we'll hope you will get involved in all of those. And if you get a chance, come by the depot and just look around. You can look in the windows. This depot was built in 1879. It sat over there and served this county faithfully for many years, and now it's in its resting place and new home over here in South Carthage, right at the end of South Main Street. So if you want to come by and visit, and we've got a park here, walking track, there's a lot of good things that you can just kind of take a moment and relax a little bit. Caney Fork River is just down below us here. So this is a beautiful spot to come and visit and just take a little time. So folks, we hope you enjoyed our show. We look forward to seeing you next month, and until then, may God bless you and have fun living and working in Smith County.